Hi guys, Grace here again for another process video. This is number 79 and it's entitled Family Good Times. This was kind of loosely based off of a challenge, but I ended up not submitting it for it just because when I finished the layout, it kind of looked I deviated basically. I deviated from the sketch and so it didn't look quite like the sketch, so I just decided, you know what, it's okay. It's just going to be kind of a page that I did for myself. I'm still using my homemade scrapbook kit, February and January. I'm going to make sure that I put a link on the description below if you want to check out what I put in this kit. Starting off with, it was an espresso kind of color, dark brown basically color cardstock, and I cut the inside so I can use that at a later date. And then I'm using an Amy Tangerine kind of grayish paper from the sketchbook line, and then this one is Illustrated Faith, and this one pink one is from American Crafts My Girl collection. So at first I was going to work with just the yellow and the pink, but I felt like it just need the stripes of paper needed to go all the way down to the bottom. So I'm going to be finding some papers to work with my page, and the pink and the yellows were from, I grabbed that color because there were some of that same tint in my layout, or in my photos rather. So I am just trying to stagger them, and this is actually a great page if you have not so itty bitty scraps, but slightly larger scraps, as you can see, because then you can put different kinds of paper in the background and it would still work. So I have 5 pictures here, 4 3x4 photos and 1 big 4x6, and I am going to be putting my title on that 3x4 block of, would you say, pocket scrapbooking card, and that's actually from Authentic. It's a little pack that I got that's mostly kind of a Valentine love themed, and I got that at the Scrapbook Expo in the fall of 2015. And these foam word stickers are from Amy Tangerine. They are, I forgot what line they are from, but they're fun. They have all sorts of words. I just have to figure out what works best for my title. So these pictures are from 2011 when my family came to town for my son's baptism. And we, of course, because they visited Colorado Springs, that we made sure that we did all the touristy spots, and this is one of the parks that we took them to. And it was summertime when they came, so we were able to play in the fountain. This big circle um, sculpture, I guess you should say, becomes a big fountain. So you could play in the water there, and then they also had a playground. So it was fun for my nephews and nieces as well as my kids. So I found this blue paper that's actually from the My Girl collection of American Crafts, another older um, collection, and I decided that I would put the blue one on the top and then the pink one on the bottom. The reason for that is because my mother's clothes or shirt on the picture on the top left is pink, and I didn't want the pinks to be too heavy on the top and then not so much on the bottom, so I moved that pattern paper on the bottom to make sure that they're all balanced out there. And I had a hard time figuring out how to fix my photos just because of that big 3x4 photo, and it has the Pikes Peak in the background, and I didn't want to cover up too much of the photo. Granted that it has a lot of white space, it has the green on the bottom, it has the sky on the top, but like I said, it kind of encompasses where the beautiful area that we live in, so I didn't want to cover that too much. So um, what I ended up doing was just covering a piece of that architecture, the circle one on the top, because I figured there were 3 pictures of it already on my page, and so it's okay if I cover that a little bit because you will see the whole thing on other photos. And the tapping that I was just doing was just trying to figure out what else I can do with these paper strips because they look like they were kind of a little bit boring, and so I had this scallop punch. I think it's called a water threading. It's an older punch from Fiskars, and I decided that I would alternate the scallop accent of the paper strips. So I started with the left, and then with the blue one I went on the right, and then the yellow one I went on the left, and then this pink one I'm going to go on the right. So there's kind of that back and forth motion of the scallops. The bottom circle is a star paper that's actually also from the My Girl collection. And then I'm just adhering some adhesive to the back of this paper, and that's a glue dots adhesive. I think it's the craft line, so it's the dotted one, it's not the strip or a line. And I like it because it's thin enough, it's not bulky, and it works really well. Glue dots adhesive is very strong, so I like that too. I don't know if you guys have ever experienced it, but every time I go and look at my older layouts, I think I was really stingy with my adhesive back then because everything's fallen apart. I mean, I'm just kind of disappointed that I go and turn the page and my letters, my titles are not there anymore because the chipboard letters has fallen down. You know, thank goodness for sheet protectors because they keep them in place in that particular spot, but still, I mean, I'm just really kind of a little annoyed. How do you guys work with your older pages that you didn't use a very strong adhesive? Or maybe, because I don't think my albums are in put in a place where there's too much sun, that the sun causes the adhesive to fall off. I don't think so. I might be wrong, but the area that it's in, it's not too hot. So yeah, give me um, your ideas and suggestions on what you guys do when you see your older layouts start to fall apart. So here I'm just committing with everything, and I'm going to be putting the pictures, adhering them on there. This 3x4 paper that I am going to be putting my title on had a word on it already that says hello. And my title was supposed to be hello good times, good family times, but it just didn't work well. So I'm actually going to change the family, move that up, so it'll be hello family good times. Okay, so I wanted to have some circles on this layout because the sketch that I was loosely basing this off of had some circles on there, and I didn't have a big enough circle to cover or go around the 4x6 photo. So trusty little paper plate. I was actually doing this on my kitchen counter, so my plates were really close to me. So I did that, and then I just wanted to do another set, and because I only had that one plate, so I just decided to freehand my second layer of pen stitching. And as you can see, I haven't adhered any of my photos, but I wanted to make sure that that circle would go around my page, so I decided to do that first before adhering my photos. And I just want to give you a heads up, I think my camera will turn off before I finish this page, but I have a few of the close-ups and you can see the finished page. And I also decided to do computer generated journaling on here, and so I didn't add that on, and you won't see that added on the video, but you will see it on the close-up page. So as you can see, I totally covered up that top picture close-up of the fountain, but I'm okay with that. Like I said, there was 2 more pictures of the fountain on there, and I'm sure this is not going to be the last photo that I have of this park because it's one of the best parks in town, so we will definitely be going back there next time. So here I'm tucking in my 3x4. I did snip a little bit of it onto the right just so it can go on the back of my photo, and I'm just finishing up a little bit of the pen stitching and decided to go work on my title. I like the nesting concept of titles, and so I decided I was going to do that here. And because I did do the nesting, so I have to move the family. But I feel like the title worked much better, being that the family is first before good. And then I'm also going to be adding some embellishments from the ephemera pack of the Cedar Lane collection from Pink Paisley, which I think, oh, I guess you will see it, but I don't think it will finish off. There you go. So I did add a few of the washi tape. The best day ever is a little bit of a washi tape accent. These accents that you see here are from the ephemera pack. And then of course I typed in my journaling and then added it as strips. Thank you for watching, you guys, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.